If you're an online business owner and you're struggling to create a video for your business website that converts your traffic into paying clients, stick around because in this video, I'm going to give you the prompts to my 7-day video sales challenge for free. This is the lead magnet that I use to get people to join AuthorityCam, and I'm just going to give it to you. You don't have to join the group. You literally can just watch this video, go do the challenge, and you will have a marketing video by the end of this. I will say, if you join my group and do this, number one, you're going to get feedback from me on every single day of the challenge. You'll get the support of my community. We've got close to 300 business owners all over the world cheering you on. You'll get all the assignments in writing, so it's a little bit easier. You don't have to take any notes here. And you will also get if you complete the challenge, you'll get a 30-day strategy call with me so I can plan out all your video marketing for the next month. You can also qualify to get your own personal mini course in the AuthorityCam classroom. I will essentially advertise for you for free if you complete the challenge and you qualify for that mini course. So that's all if you join AuthorityCam. If you don't, if you just want to watch this video and do the challenge at home, that's cool too. You live your best life. Let's dive in. Before we get started though, number one rule, do these steps in order and do not skip any of the steps. And I am going to strongly recommend that you do this 1 day at a time. I made it a 7-day challenge for a reason. It really helps when you sleep in between these steps. It is reps at the gym. You can't just go to the gym and bench press for like 10 hours and then get ripped. We have to go on a daily basis. This is building up consistency. And so I really recommend that you do this 1 day at a time. I'm gonna let this plane go overhead real quick. I am literally sitting under the flight path to O'Hare, which was not smart video marketing planning on my part. But this is how we roll here at AuthorityCam. Like, it's not gonna be perfect. So that's rule number 0.5. Just get out there and do it. And remember that these are practice. Like, none of these have to be perfect. We're just gonna be practicing every single day. So on that note, I've rambled enough. Let's dive in. Day number one. Who do you help? Who is your ideal client? In video marketing, they talk about hooks a lot. I'm seeing all this, like you gotta do all this fancy camera work and whatever. Like, look, if you can just call out your ideal client, that is gonna cut through half the noise. If I was serving chiropractors and I said, hey, chiropractors, like that is going to tune out anyone who's not a chiropractor, and anyone who is going to dial in. We have to be calling out someone specific. Number one, who do you help? Day number two, what is that ideal client suffering? What is their problem? And what is the pain that they are suffering because of that problem? So let's say I was a fitness coach and I was serving overweight men. So the problem is that man is 45 pounds overweight. But the pain that that problem causes, and this is what we call twisting the knife. Really paint a picture here. That guy gets invited to a party. It's a fancy party, so he's got to get a new outfit. He goes to the store, he tries on like 17 outfits and none of them fit, and he just feels disgusting. He goes home, he never goes to the party. He just sits on his couch and he eats ice cream, plays Xbox, and cries himself to sleep. That is the pain. This is critical. Absolutely do not skip this step. I have been running this challenge for a year in my group, and everyone wants to skip this step and dive right into how they fix this problem. I don't know if it's a human thing, like we don't feel comfortable talking about pain, but you absolutely must do this. Because number one, it's gonna create empathy. When that person realizes that you understand where they're coming from, they feel acknowledged as a human being, it is so much more powerful. Now they can actually trust you. If you skip over this, they're not gonna hear a damn word that you say. I promise you. You have to meet them where they're at right now, and where they're at right now is in pain. And that's a good thing for you because pain motivates people to buy. If you're on a country road and you've got a splitting headache and there's this one tiny little gas station and you go in there and they've got a little packet of Tylenol for $50, you would pay that $50 in a heartbeat. You will pay anything to make that headache go away. That is what your client is feeling right now, and we need to make them feel that here in the video. I'm getting attacked by geese. Now, day number 3 is where we're gonna take a break from business, and I just want you to get comfortable on camera. Day number 3, I want you to tell a story from your life about literally anything, and I would recommend not doing business. Like, just talk about a time you went to the grocery store, a time you went out to the lake, and literally it can be boring, I don't care. I just want you to get comfortable doing exactly what I'm doing right now, hopping on camera and talking, right? I have no script right now. Now you're actually gonna be using bullet points. Until you can get to this point, I want you to just write down a story, whatever it is, and then I want you to circle the emotional highlights of that story. Those circled words become your bullet points. Then you're gonna get a sticky note and you're gonna write those 10 words down and you're gonna put that right on your phone. And that way you can look at that. That's just kind of like signposts. You don't have to stick to it exactly. It's just gonna keep you on track. And then you can really be in the moment when you tell that story versus memorizing. You are not an actor. You are not memorizing scripts, because if you do, that is why you sound so robotic right now, and people will tune that out. If you went to a networking event and someone asked, what do you do? And you pulled out a script and you started reading, they'd be like, what the hell? Like, you're not a human being at that point, okay? So you can't memorize a script. You have to be authentic. And the way you do that is bullet points. So that's the purpose of day 3. We're just gonna practice using bullet points with a story. I don't want it to be business related. I just want you to get comfortable on camera. And I want you to just talk as if you're talking to one person. Literally just speak to one person as if you're having a conversation at a networking event or at a party or wherever. You're not talking to the whole world. You're not talking to the whole internet. You're literally just talking to one person. That is the goal of day 3. Day 4, I'm gonna switch hands again here. Day 4, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna tell another story in day 4, but this story is business specific. This is the 0 to hero story. 0 to hero, either how did you overcome that problem? If we remember that problem that person, that ideal client is suffering, what did you do to overcome that problem? Or what is something that one of your clients, some way that you helped a client overcome that problem? Either is fine. Either your 0 to hero story or your client's 0 to hero story. Number 1, this builds credibility. It shows that you actually can fix the problem. But 2, it also makes the achieving of solving that problem more real. When that person that's right now watching the video is struggling and saying, oh, they fixed it, but I could never do that. But by showing them that other people were struggling and were able to overcome that, then they're like, oh, I could do that too. It just shows them that it is possible to overcome this problem. That is the strength of the 0 to hero story. So I want you to write your 0 to hero story down. Again, circle the emotional highlights. You get all the bullet points, and then you're gonna use those bullet points to tell your 0 to hero story. That is day 4. I know I am flying through this right now. This is a lot of information. I am blasting you with the fire hose. This is why, again, I recommend joining my group, because we go through this in slow motion, one day at a time. But this is the fast and furious version, so let's keep moving on to day 5. Day 5, now you can finally talk about how you're gonna fix this problem. And this is everyone makes step number 5, step number 1. You go to a networking event, like, hey, what do you do? Like, oh, I've got, I can fix it with this XYZ, whatever it is. If I'm a fitness coach, I'm like, we're gonna do all these sit-ups and a pull-up program and blah, calorie counting, blah, 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 all right? We have to do all the groundwork before we get to this point. And when we do, we're not gonna get into the weeds of what our system is. All we wanna communicate is that it is a tangible thing that we offer and that it will fix the problem. So again, if I'm a fitness coach, I'm not like saying we're gonna eat 30 pieces of celery and we're gonna be doing all these sit-ups, or we're gonna be eating these geese for dinner. It's very tempting at this point. We're just gonna say, I'm gonna give you these strategic tactical things. So you could say, like, I'm gonna give you a one-on-one coaching every single week, where I've got group coaching every Wednesday. I'm gonna give you this meal plan. I'm gonna give you this check sheet, whatever it is. Give some tangible things, but you have to tie those tangible things to results. You're gonna get this meal planner so you don't have to think about what meals. All the thinking is done for you, all right? Make sure that there's a tangible benefit tied to every single thing in your value stack. That is day 5. What is your value stack? Give me at least 3 tangible things that you offer in your value stack, and that is how you fix the problem. Day number 6, yeah, we're up to day 6. Awesome, you're almost there, congratulations. Day 6, what were the results, or what will be the results of working with you? In other words, go switch hands again real quick. what is the happily ever after? What is the dream outcome? What does your client want? At the end of the day, they don't want to do sit-ups, they just want the six-pack, right? I cannot stress this enough. They don't give a shit about your system. They just want the results. And so we really have to talk about the happily ever after. And if you're struggling with how to come up with this, literally just go back to the pain point section and flip it, turn it upside down. The opposite of the pain is the happily ever after. So again, the dude, let's go back to our overweight dude. He goes back to the store, all the outfits look amazing. He goes to a party, everyone's giving him compliments. It's like, oh dude, you look incredible. He gets like 10 phone numbers from all the single ladies, and he is just the best he has ever felt. That is painting the picture of the dream outcome. That is what people want at the end of the day. Again, they don't care about your system. Your system is just a vehicle to get to the happily ever after. Paint that picture of the happily ever after. When we get done painting that picture, there's one important thing that we still have to do. And that is tell them how to work with us, the call to action. I once had a client, prospective client I was talking to, and they said, Steve, video doesn't work. We tried it, it just doesn't work. And I'm like, wow, well, tell me what happened. And they said, we put $20,000 into this video and it didn't get us a single sale. And I was like, holy crap, show me the video, I'll see what's going on. And I'm thinking this video is just gonna be like garbage, it's gonna be terrible. I watched the video. Video's incredible, absolutely incredible video. They're a construction company, they did a time lapse. They showed the whole house being constructed in real time, but just sped up. It was amazing, and they showed the quality of the work. And at the end of that video, nothing. No website, no phone number, no book a call, literally nothing. There was nothing telling the customer what to do to take the next step. And then they were wondering why they're not making any money off of this video. We have to tell people what the next step is. I'll do it right now. Like if you want to join my group AuthorityCam, I'm dropping the link right below. That's my call to action, CTA. You have to tell them what to do, and you have to take all the thinking out of it. Do not let them think at all. Like, look, here's the link, click it. I'll take it from there, all right? You need to tell them what to do. And I would recommend only doing one. So in this particular post, I'm just gonna say, here's my link to join my group. Super simple, not 10, or book a call. Like, don't do like 10 different things. Just be really straightforward and have one call to action. And then you're on to day 7, which is literally just putting it all together. Like day 7, we've learned everything from who do you help, what's their problem and pain points, what is your zero to hero story, what is the value stack, how are you gonna help them overcome that problem, what is your dream outcome, and then what is the call to action. Put all those steps together, and now you have a marketing video for your business website. Congratulations. Again, that was a lot. It's gonna take, I strongly recommend, do this over a week. Don't do this in one day. If you do, and I have had clients that have tried to knock it out in one day, and they always come back to me like a month later and say, Steve, you were right. I should have took my time with this. If you join my group, you're gonna get feedback from me every single time, and I'm gonna say, hey, let's work on this. So you're not flying blind, you actually know what's working and what you need to work on. So again, that's my CTA right there. Otherwise, I would love to see, post a link to your videos below. I'll definitely check that out. And if you have any questions, let me know. Have fun with it.